Hey YouTube, it's Chantel of the Tuckers, and as I said, I believe it was last week, I want to do a series of videos about how the TTC process affects the studs or the boys or the aggressive, or whatever you label yourself in your relationship. If you're the more dominant being or the one that isn't gonna be pregnant, um, it does affect you. Today I want to talk about my experience with Kyrie, and I want to say, I guess her first. Well, before I get to the first trimester, I'll say initially right after the insemination. After the insemination, I told my wife. My wife is hard-headed. For those who actually know her personally, she's very, very hard-headed. Um, I told her, do not take the pregnancy test right after, you know, we inseminate, because you're gonna lose your mind. Just wait, let everything swim. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. All of that. She didn't listen. I think she took a pregnancy test 2 days after the insemination. Now, for those of you who have bought those kits, I think we use First Response. Them joints is expensive. I'm like, you can't just wait, see if you get your period or something. No, she didn't do that. So every time she took a test, it would be right before she tells me something is going on in my body. I know my body. I know my body. My wife is very in tune with her body. I don't know what the hell is going on with mine, but she knows her body. And she would say, that was the cat. Brielle's not here, by the way. And I digress. She knows her body. She'd say, I feel off. My spirit is off balance. I know something is going on. I'm just going to take a test. Fine, babe. Rock on. Take the test. And she kept getting the negatives, negatives, negatives. And it was starting to like really weigh on her. Like, I could see the change in her. She was getting really depressed. And I was like, just hold on. If it doesn't work now, we'll get our mind right and come back and just do it again. Now, throughout this entire process, after the insemination, in my spirit, I'm like, oh shit. Excuse my language, but oh shit. I just injected my wife with somebody's jump off. Oh my god. The doctor was standing right there, but I did it. He let me do it. But are we really about to do this? It was such a mixture of fear, of anticipation, of excitement. There's so much to look forward to. There's, how will it affect my relationship? How will it affect me, as a person? Because, you're not used to caring for anyone that's outside of you or your wife or your partner. And it's like, baby's not even here, but it's like, she coming tomorrow. It's like, what am I going to do? I'm about to be somebody's parent. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Do I have enough money? Is my place big enough? And then it's the big question, what will my family think? What will my friends think? Are we going to have support? These are things that a lot of people would say don't really matter, don't necessarily matter because it's just you and your boo. But at the end of the day, what we learned is that those things do matter. Because when she's going through it, no matter how much of a brave face you're trying to put on, you're going through it too. What I was going through was watching my wife, basically overexert herself peeing because she needed to know. She needed to know. I am very calm by nature. And no matter how animated or how much I talk on these YouTube videos, I'm a very, very quiet person. I like to watch. I don't talk much. Um, I am I'm very much an introvert, believe it or not. I am very much an introvert. And it was hard for me to come out of that and say to Kyrie time and time and time again, baby, it's going to be okay. Because I really didn't know. Like, how do you look somebody in the face and tell them, somebody you love, somebody that, you would do anything for, you tell them, babe, it's going to be okay. No matter what, it's going to be okay. Because you know in your spirit that it is, because you're going to be that rock for her. But there's only but so much you can do to squash that emotional bubble up that's going on inside of your wife. I don't exactly remember what day it was. I believe it was right before Labor Day, or maybe right after Labor Day, when Kyrie, I was getting up ready for work. I was on my pretty boy-ish when I still had my locks. I remember it was like slow motion. I remember exactly what I had on. I remember the shoes I had on, some Cole Haan loafers, because I get on like that. Kyrie was going to the bathroom, like we weren't leaving for work together. And I'm literally 1 foot out the door, and she screams, "Oh shit! Jay! Jay!" She calls me Jay. She's like, "Jay!" And I'm thinking something happened. Like, I'm scared, I'm shook, I got nervous hands. So I turn around, I'm like, "What happened? What happened?" "Jay, look, look." And she's waving this pea stick in front of my face. The pea stick, y'all. All up in my face. The pea stick. So I'm looking, I had to like clean off my glasses and everything. But it said it was a line. And I'm like, "What that line mean?" She said, "I think I'm pregnant." "Let me see the box. Let me see the box. What is this line?" And I looked and I'm like, the waterfall of emotions was just, it was overwhelming. It was completely overwhelming. It was unbelievable. It was exhilarating. Because even though it wasn't my stuff, I put it in my wife, so it made me feel like, yeah, son, I did that. I did that. That was me. That was me. But my wife was pregnant. Something that we have been talking about since maybe our first or second conversation of even knowing each other. My wife is pregnant. Oh my God. My wife is pregnant. Like, I rode down the elevator in our building. This is after I got off of my knees from kissing her stomach. Because my wife was pregnant. I rode down the elevator saying to myself, we said we're not going to tell anybody. We're not going to tell anybody. I got to work late, of course. And the first thing I did was look at my 2 supervisors and said, Kyrie's pregnant. One of them, who we're fairly close with, she jumped up and down, her face all red. I'm just like, and everybody heard, even though I said relatively low, a lot of the mothers, of course it's the mothers, in the accounting department, I'm an accountant for those who don't know, but most of the mothers, like, they turn around, Chantel, you're gonna be a, wait a minute, you're gonna be, is it a mother, is it a father? And I'm just like, I don't know, but I got a cub. This Papa Bear got a cub. I got a cub. I had a cub. I went on for a few days, and we didn't put anything on Facebook. But for me, because I can't hold water, especially with something like that, I went right on Tumblr, and I put, I have a cub. And immediately, everybody knew what it was. I got the congratulations, to this, to that, to that. No sooner than 3 weeks later, my wife started bleeding. Ladies, you all know what that means. I can't see the time. I'm going to put my glasses back on. Excuse me. You all know what that means. She knew what it meant. The panic. I didn't cry or anything like that because I had to remain that rock for her. But the panic of everything being taken away from you just like that, it was so scary. We were in Beth Israel on a weekend on a Saturday and nobody else is there. And we're going batshit crazy because we just found out this the most beautiful news. And it can't be taken away from us like that. It just can't be. And it wasn't. It was a false alarm. I had never been so happy. I was like, come on, babe, let's go eat. Let's go eat. And after that, like, it was a lot of ups and downs, but for that first trimester, we were in the doctor's office quite a bit because we had to check check the blood, check all that stuff. I don't know what we were doing. But we was there. We were there, and the doctor let me tape the first time we saw the heartbeat, and I was like, oh my god. Then I said, how many of them is in there? Because we didn't use Clomid, we didn't use anything like that. How many of them are in there? You gonna tell me? Because if it's more than one beep 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 in there, I need to be right down in Union Square asking somebody for a job to wash some dishes. Because kids is expensive. Oh, kids is expensive. Anyway, yeah, the first trimester for me, the ups and downs, it was so traumatic. It was something that, I'll never forget. And I was scared. I was so scared. And the worst part about being scared, I'll just leave it at this and like lead it into my next video. The worst part about being scared during this whole process is feeling like you have to have that straight face because you need to be that rock for your wife, but you don't have any outlet. You can't tell somebody that you're scared because one person like me, I don't have many stud friends. Two, who are you gonna talk to about this? Nobody else is going through it, or so we thought, until we got on YouTube. And even then, I didn't tell anybody. I was scared. I was scared, and I had nobody to talk to because I needed to be a rock for my wife. She needed that from me, and that's what I was. Anyway, YouTube, Brielle's not home, so we're gonna chill out the last few hours before she comes back from her weekend whirlwind. Like, subscribe, ask questions. Please ask questions. Please like the videos. I'll see if I can get my wife to do a video with me later, just us two. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.